There's more to this.
Kris. All right. So, what year did you come to Men of Valor originally?
I got here in 2023.
What was your last prison?
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I came. I was getting released, but I was also flat.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't have to come.
Okay, interesting. So
Yeah.
you left, no probation, no parole, nothing. You were flat. What made you come here?
I just knew that I needed a community. I knew I needed a change, man. It was,
Yeah.
just being incarcerated so many other times and getting out and going right back to the same thing over and over.
Are you from Knoxville?
No, I caught my case in Knoxville in 2016.
Okay.
I was born in Atlanta
Okay.
and raised in Daytona.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But you decided to stay in Knoxville even after you were flat, graduated from here and everything.
Yeah, well, my dad lives up here.
Okay.
So that's but I was just like, man, I gotta do something different.
Sure.
Need a community. I was a new believer.
Yep.
I was like, just try it out.
I love it. I love it. When you look back at your first 30 days coming to Men of Valor after leaving prison, what does that look like for you? Looking back on it, like what was the impact on your life?
Well, there was a lot of doubt there when I
Okay.
first got here. I had a lot of doubt in my mind. Just, am I even gonna be able to do this? Kind of like I said, I was a new believer.
Yep.
I'm around a lot of people who've been walking with the Lord for a long time. So the enemy was sowing seeds of doubt right there.
Yeah.
You don't know half of what they know. You ain't gonna be able to do that.
Yeah.
But also I've seen promising because there was people here who was doing well, and I was like, man, if I just stick it out, I can be on the right track. And I had a lot of trials there at the very beginning with my kids and child support and thoughts of leaving. It was
Man, I'm glad that you brought up child support. So how does that work for you? Are your kids in Tennessee?
no, they're in Daytona.
Okay, so your kids are in Florida. Were they trying to garnish wages, or were they trying to come after you for back child support? Were they trying to lock you up for back child support?
Well, so I never was on child support.
Okay.
When I first got my son was 16 and my daughter was 12, 13.
Yep.
Never been on child support, but I've never been in their lives either. Their mom kind of just let me do my thing.
Yeah.
And so when I got here, I was reaching out to her. I was like, hey, I'm out. I'm trying to do right. I'd like to be able to talk to him. And she was like, well, she kind of just kept that door closed for a while. It was a lot of trauma,
Sure.
And one day I was here probably like, I don't know, maybe 3 months. And I got a letter from the state of Florida for garnishing wages. And then that about threw me for a loop, because I was making decent money, like 16, 17 bucks an hour, but they talking about taking 800 a month, and I'm like, how can I survive?
Yeah.
So here comes the enemy again.
Yeah.
Like, you just go out there and get a pack again and flip that pack and do this.
Yeah.
And you'll be all right. And you only have to pay that child support. But I talked to like Brian, AC, Bobby was around, and I was like, man, I'm probably gonna, I'm thinking about leaving. I can't pay this. And I think it was Brian that told me, maybe AC. They both told me this, but one of them was like, you must be crazy. And I was like, why you say that? And he was like, ever since you've been here, you've been asking us to pray that the Lord will, reconcile this relationship with you and your kids. He said, he's doing it. And I was like, I thought about it for a minute. I was like, that ain't how I want it. But once after a couple of days, you're just thinking about it and, really just deep diving into a little bit deeper. I was like, he did answer my prayer, but just not how I wanted. But now I do. I have a good relationship with my kids. I see him, talk to them.
That's
That's
awesome.
like 12 years in the making.
Yeah.
So
Well, first off, congratulations on that, because that's
Yeah.
awesome. Having a relationship with a parent, I think it drastically changes what the outcome of their lives can be too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
for
amazing.
sure.
Amazing. And what part of the program at Men of Valor had the biggest impact on you?
Just there's a lot of it. Let's see. I think it's just the relationships. It had to be the relationships that I built with these men
Okay.
as I was going through the program. And I'm talking towards like the staff that's really showing me how to be a godly man. Of course, the classes have big impact and it teaches you and stuff, but more than that, to me, is just following the example
Yeah.
of these godly men, and basically kind of following them as they follow Christ. Following Christ ultimately, but just kind of following their example as they're following Christ, man. Because like I told you, my dad's background, I didn't have the best upbringing.
Yeah.
And I never really knew what it's like to be a godly man.
Yeah.
And of course, through the Bible, reading and it explaining to me, but also just watching the example of other people, just kind of showed me like, and then other people who's been in my same position, and I'm like, man, this can really be done. It's possible.
That's awesome. So the guys working here, the guys that had been here longer, but then do you think the pictures on the wall, is that what you're saying too? Seeing that all those people had done it before you?
Yeah. Well, so when I first got here, it was kind of just new.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're in the second frame down.
Yeah. So there were some people. I don't think when I got here, nobody had graduated yet.
Oh, okay.
From this campus.
Yeah.
But just knowing the background of Men of Valor too, because inside they stream on the TVs.
Yeah.
They have like an institutional channel. You could watch stories and testimonies, and just knowing the background and what this place has done and the groundwork they've already put in. If I just stay the course, be obedient to the Lord, and he gonna make a way.
I love it, man. I love it. And we've talked about the brotherhood from Men of Valor, but the guys that have graduated and left since you've been here, whether you were in the program or since you got out of the program, have you kept in contact with any of them? Yeah.
Yeah, we still a lot of them are still around. So they have a house. So like Men of Valor has a house to where when somebody graduates, they can go to the graduate house, is what they call it. So they still come back for classes. We keep contact with them, and even the people who moved on outside of staying part of the graduate house or the program. Yeah, we still keep in contact with them, uh, and even people who didn't graduate, people who's left. Some people leave on good terms before they graduate. And still keep in contact with the ones who left kind of on rocky grounds or whatever, but just keep in contact with encouraging them too, though. But I mean, that's what it's about, the community, keeping in contact, man. And even for the guys who's not doing well, man, if I can just continue to pour into their lives positive encouragement and stuff, you never know. Maybe one day they'll be like, I remember what Kris told me.
Now, and you oversee which ministries?
So so my actual title is Reentry Minister and Family Children Coordinator. So reentry minister is kind of basically just day to day around campus. I oversee like all the guys who's on parole or probation. So I'm kind of like the liaison between the TDOC offices and the guys. I help with all the appointments, make sure everything's set, get them there. All the communication kind of goes through me with that.
Okay.
And then the family ministry side is something that we do, and it's so awesome that I get to be able to do this because this is what played a big impact in my relationship with my kids. So when we get a new guy, we do the intake. If they got a child who's under 18 and they're willing, we'll reach out to the caregiver, mother, whoever it is, and say, hey, so and so is at Men of Valor. We want to welcome you to the family as well. Send them like a little care pack with a Bible, devotional, age appropriate gift for the kid, and then kind of just walk along with them as their loved ones in the program. So like right now, Christmas time, we got a lot of partner churches who help out with like Angel Tree and Christmas Malls. So we get all these families gifts and stuff, and then birthdays, Easter, just do stuff throughout the year, man, just to show them like, hey, your loved ones here, but we're walking along with you too. And ultimately, it's just ministering to them. I get a Bible to every family, and if it's a kid, maybe like an action Bible. Just we get the Bibles in the homes. A lot of these people probably don't never had no Bible.
Yeah.
So just like myself growing up, I never had no Bible in the house.
Yeah. First one I had, I stole from a hotel.
Yeah.
Just being honest with you.
So you get the Bible in the home, minister to them, encourage them, and and then just through acts of love with like gift. I mean, that could make it. And is this what Christians do? And just so it's awesome though. But it played a big impact in my relationship with my kids. Like I said, when I first got here, I didn't think that relationship would ever be reconciled, right? And I was just like, the lady who was running the family ministry at the time asked me if it was okay if she reached out. She reached out, started sending gifts and letters and stuff. And before you know it, their mom was like, "Here's their phone numbers if you want to call." Because they're old enough to make their own decisions and stuff. And she's like, "I'm not going to make them talk to you, but here's her numbers." And it was slow at start, and it still could get a lot better as of now.
Sure.
I do a lot of the reaching out, but there is times where they reach out to me too. But just to be able to talk to them,
Yeah.
and I went down to Florida a couple times, seeing them, spent some time with them,
Man,
man.
that's
So it's
awesome.
a blessing.
That's amazing. I love it. Um, if somebody was skeptical about the ministries like Men of Valor, what would you want them to understand about it?
And it's just the love of Christ here, man. We do get a lot of these new guys that's coming from incarceration, and they just can't grasp the fact that we're just showing love like that.
Yeah.
You know,
There's
and
got to be a string attached to it.
and
What's
just
going on?
yeah, and just trying to really do life with you.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm really doing life with you, and like really sharing my life with
Yeah.
you. And they just sometimes they just can't get it. I think we had a guy not too long ago. He was just like, it's just too much love.
Mm.
Yeah, and he ended up leaving, but he was just like, he probably had some other stuff going on too, but
Sure.
he was just, I just can't accept the fact that this is what this is.
Yeah.
So really just not to be skeptical, man. Just like, hey, we're really trying to portray the love of Christ to every man that comes here, and then for people outside of the organization, man, uh, to really just see that, hey, it speaks for itself. You see the fruit around here. You see these guys coming out of prison with nothing and now are being productive in society, man, holding jobs, getting their families back, starting careers. And it's just like, hey, just sit back and look, and it speaks for itself.